So here we are with the reveal video for it's the Fokker F.VIIb 3MB, which is the Fokker tri-motor. So lovely little interwar aircraft this, and very unusual. And this is at 1/72nd scale from Valom. As you can see, I'm struggling to get it into a nice position for the camera. And yeah, this is a short run kit, typical stuff. It's been difficult in places. But I've persevered with it, and I think the payoff is well worth it. It's an unusual kit to have in the collection, so there's that. It's got that going for it, and it's given me a chance to do some work with some metallizers. I had problems with the decals, there's a bit of cracking there, but all in all, it pretty much went well together as well as it could. I had a reference picture of this one on the airfield. It was a Dutch-built aircraft. It was the only one of these that was actually built by Fokker. The rest were built under license in Spain. And there's a picture of this one on the airfield. I think even at Schiphol, believe it or not. So yeah, I had to add quite a few things. These struts on the these raised parts here. These weren't included, and they're in the reference picture. But these were all etched metal, and I could not get them to stick very well. So I changed them out for plasticard ones, and I could get a bit of a better bond using some Tamiya extra thin. In my kit, none of this was supplied. This gun mount up here, so I contacted Valom, and they sent one out very swiftly, so that was very good of them. Now, it doesn't actually come with a hole cut, and you're meant to cut a hole, and I was thinking, well, I'm going to see the seam line for the bottom of the fuselage, and I just thought, right, to get around that, I just added a bit of tissue paper there and painted it a sort of brown colour. And, you know, there's no pictures of those areas, but I'm guessing that it would have left a big hole and a bit of a cold draft, so someone's put a tarp over it to keep the wind out. So that's the story there. You do get a bit of etched metal with this one, as you can see the footstep there and a few other bits. It's okay, and the engines are resin as well, and again it's okay. It is a bit rough in places, but you know, it's what you sort of expect. Typical for the manufacturer. Now I added some of the rigging. You've got the control wires that go all the way across here, and because of the windows running along the side of the fuselage, the wires actually get put up on these holders up here. So I've measured it out and then super glued it in at each stage to give it the right effect. I will put the reference picture in with the photo montage at the end, so you can see what I'm on about. And yeah, well, again, another interesting addition to the collection. There's quite a detailed interior to this, in the cockpit especially, but you can't really see any of it, so it's a little bit wasted in there. And this strut and wheel configuration here at the front is as difficult as it looks, and is as tricky as it looks, but it's a lot stronger than it looks. So that's how the wheels go together. And all of that is sort of butt joins, as you would expect, again, typical short run manufacturer. But it's okay. It's not bad at all. I did also, lastly, I suppose. Oh, lost the propeller there. Typical. I built this skid as well, so that's a bit of Albion alloys tubing going down into a piece of plasticard, which I've then tilted up at the end. So that was just a lot better than the sort of blob of plastic that came with the kit. And again, in the reference picture, you can see that it is a skid. I'd be careful putting the propeller on here, because when I first did this, I'd glued all that strut stuff on, and I was pushing the propeller on, and the whole engine and all the struts and everything all just flew off because I pushed it too hard. And there we go. I think that's all that needs to be said for that, so the pictures will speak for themselves. So hopefully you like that video, and I'll see you in the next one.